Today I'm gonna share with you 5 things that tattoo shops don't want you to know. Watch this. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna pick here is the story. Most tattoo shops don't really want to know the story behind your tattoo or why you're getting the tattoo. And I'm gonna be careful about how I say this because I don't want to offend anyone, but we're focused on the artwork. We want to create the greatest piece of art that we possibly can, and sometimes knowing the story can help that, which I totally understand in that case because it gives context to the artist. But if you're telling us a story about why you're getting a tattoo and it has nothing to do with it, we're already past the design process, sometimes it just kind of it bums us out, man. Like we don't always want to know that. I can't say that how every tattoo artist feels, but the majority of us, we really just want to do your tattoo. We want to talk to you about what we talk about. We don't want to just talk about tattoos. We don't only want to talk about the story of your tattoo. We're people too. So sometimes we don't want to hear your story. That's all I'm going to frame it lightly because I don't want to offend, but sometimes that's not necessarily going to do any justice to the work, and we don't really care. So that's all I'm going to say on that one. The next thing I'm going to talk about is hourly pricing versus piece pricing. And if you've been to a tattoo shop before, you know that the price is usually the confusingest part. Like you're going to have a difficulty getting to a number sometimes. And the problem with that is because they don't want you to know a price because they have a hard time setting it. And anytime a person can't just set a price, it's going to be difficult for them to be able to talk about that. I found solutions to that in the studios that I own. We actually have sales teams and agents that handle that for our artists so that they don't have to deal with that because they're artists. They're not secretaries or salespeople. That's not really what their focus should be on, in my belief. But at most tattoo shops, they have a difficulty explaining price and the difference between hourly versus the price for this piece. Another thing they don't want you to know is we can get things done fairly quickly. The reason they've priced it that way, though, is because clients just have to have a price when it comes to the tattoo historically because of the way tattoo businesses have been ran in the past. And I put that in quotation marks because there aren't very many that actually run it like a functioning business. So we want to give you some keys in this by just saying, get to a price. Agree to it with your artist, whether you're paying by the hour or you're paying for the overall job. Just get to a price and agree on it with them. We don't want to fight about that. We don't want to argue with you about pricing as tattoo artists. So I think you can get to a better place with that right there by just paying them what they're worth and getting to a place where you can say, hey, this is really what my budget is. The next thing that I would say that tattoo shops don't want you to know is most of the time they don't want to do walk-ins. And you can see that with some of the higher shops in your area, maybe the elite artists that, are booked out for months, years in advance. They don't take walk-ins. And the reason why that becomes a thing when you start to get more well-known is because it's difficult. I don't think it's really understood from a client perspective because the education side has been missing and you guys don't really know how to approach that. But think about it like this. If you had to come up with a design, somebody just gives you a few ideas, would you rather have some time to think about that and give them the very best possible artwork you can, or would you want to do it right there on the spot while they're waiting because they felt like getting a tat tonight? Like, it doesn't really suit anybody. It doesn't help anybody in this process for you to rush it like that. I don't think the walk-ins really make sense. All of our studios do accept them because we are here for the customer. That's the way my businesses have been built, is to be here for you. Not all tattoo shops are the same. Not all of them see that the same, but the advice that I'll offer you as a solution to that, set an appointment. I don't think you'll ever have a difficult time with the end result of your tattoo being better. If you set an appointment, you abide by the rules of the artist, you pay a deposit, and you show up on time to your appointment. That's going to fix all those problems. And overall, we just don't really want to do your walk-in tattoo because it is going to be difficult for you. And for us as artists that want to put the best possible work out there, it's hard for us, but we have had to do that for a long time. So take the spontaneity out of tattooing. I don't think it makes sense. And you'd be better suited to just slow down the process a little bit. Another thing tattoo shops don't want you to know is that your design sucks. And that's just an easy way to say that you haven't really prepared the artwork and references correctly. You're not an artist. Maybe you are an artist. Maybe your cousin's an artist. Maybe your friend draws tattoos in school all day and that's who you had draw this for you. None of that makes sense. We need tattoo artists to be able to draw their tattoos, so you should allow them to do that for you. If your design is not awesome, it depends on the person in front of you. They may say something to you like, your design sucks, I'm not doing that. And I don't understand the rudeness and any of that kind of stuff when it comes to that, but I think the sentiment should be, hey, I can make this a lot better for you. I can redraw this and make it so that it'll have longevity on your body and heal better. And that's what I'm here to push, is that kind of mindset. But when you do run into that, just think about it in a different way where you're saying, okay, I understand my design may not be 100% awesome. I'm giving it to you as the professional to help me get it there. And I'm going to listen to your honest criticism of it so that we can get to a place that we have worked together to end up on an awesome design. So think about it in that way. If your design sucks, they may not tell you that, and they may just go through with it. I think an example that comes to mind for me is when people want to do their tattoos upside down and they say it's for them. And I totally understand that it is your tattoo and you are free to do it however you'd like. But I have seen many times in my 15 or 20 years in the tattoo industry where people have done that and then they regretted it after because everyone else sees it as upside down and they have to explain that. So you sometimes have to just take the artist's information into consideration when you're doing this. So what I will tell you is all tattoo artists want to do really rad tattoos. They don't want to do goofy tattoos. They don't love copying every small tattoo idea that you've seen on celebrities because it doesn't really allow them freedom to grow. An analogy that I've used many times is it's like asking a 5-star chef like Wolfgang Puck to make you a bowl of cereal. He might not be excited about that. Another analogy that I've come to understand as I grow older in my life here is that sometimes people really just want to eat a bowl of cereal, and that's totally fine too. There is a problem out there for that though, because most tattoo studios don't like doing small tattoos and they don't like taking walk-ins or some of the other things that I've pointed out to you. The solution that we've gained at our studios is having younger artists that are learning that have to do that for you. But we still want to explain to you that there are options. You can have a 5-star meal at our tattoo studios, and hopefully with this information, you can go into any tattoo studio. And now that you kind of know what they don't want you to know, you'll be able to approach it that way. So it helps, I think, knowing these things when you step in there. Now, the last thing that they don't want you to know, and it's easy to just say, it's pricing. Pricing is always difficult. It's having to set a dollar amount and a value to your own artwork. And as an artist myself, I can tell you that it's almost like exposing yourself every time that you do a tattoo or you create a new piece of art, and it makes you feel vulnerable. Sometimes it may not be well received. People may not love the art that you've created, and it's hard. So another thing to think about is this person has to make a living off of doing tattoos. So the person in front of them, you, is in control of this man being able to eat. So it's a difficult kind of crossroads. So the best advice I can give you about them not wanting you to know pricing is to communicate. Go into the studio with the price in mind that you have. Don't think that you can dictate the price based on your budget. You have to know that the artist's prices are based off of their quality, not how much money you have. So if you show up to a tattoo studio and you have $100 and you want this huge piece, that doesn't mean it's going to work. It means that you have $100 and that's what you want. So approach pricing with a little bit of empathy on both sides. And I say that because I am an artist as well, and I don't feel like our clients have always understood how difficult that is for us as well. And I'm being vulnerable myself when I'm sharing this right now because I remember how I felt when I've had to price myself, and I'm unique. I love my work. I do a unique style of tattooing, and I'm really trying to push the envelope, and not all artists are doing that, but I can tell you that we really want to do awesome tattoos. All the things that I've pointed out in this video that tattoo shops don't want you to know, I think you can use the information that was given to you to help you get a better tattoo. And that is my goal of this YouTube channel, is just to make sure that people have a better way to get tattooed. I hope this will help you. If you learn anything from this, I would appreciate it if you would share it in the comments. Give me a little bit of information about what it is that you learned from this. And if you have any other things that you would like to learn, my name is Nando Mondragon. I am the Tattoo Insider. That is my point. That's what I'm here to do. I'm your insider. I'm here to help you get better tattoos. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you'll subscribe to our channel and share it with other people as well. I look forward to hearing more about your tattoo experiences and how the Tattoo Insider has helped you to get better tattoos. I'm out.
What do you want to watch?
Yeah.